Hey, bro.
Hey man, how are you? Happy Friday.
Thank you, sir. Happy Friday.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
going to be just a great tip of the week. I'm excited to talk about it. It's going to be fun. It stems from a article that I read.
jump in. Yeah, tell
Yeah,
us.
that was really interesting. It was all about sort of the difference between a community and a tribe, and
Oh,
what tribes are, and why you should be about targeting them more
okay.
as a seller. And I thought it was interesting conversation. I mean, part of
What's
it.
the difference between a tribe and a
Yeah,
community? Yeah.
yeah. So traditionally, global brands focused on building like just customer communities. And the term that would you would use to describe that was more of a targeted demographic of like-minded, trait-sharing consumers that sort of identify with the brand, maybe even the brand values. An example of that maybe like Harley Davidson,
Mm-hmm.
where they
Sure.
really built like a loyal customer following around that brand. And the average target consumer is married white guy in his early 50s with an income around $90,000 a year, wants to
Yeah.
invest in motors. I mean, like they have a pretty solid
Yeah.
idea of who their target is. And they thought, I mean, basically build these communities first, help the marketers build their customer base and understand their needs, and before they sort of turning them into key resources like user generated content or word of mouth recommendations. That's what ended up being sort of the driving factor for building these customer communities. But then, sort of what has started to emerge, what I think is really interesting, is the idea of a tribe. And Seth Godin talks a lot about this and sort of was the impetus for some of this research. And on the surface, you might be able to think, well, the customer community and the tribe are very, very close.
Yeah.
But the focus instead lies on the relationship between the customers sharing common traits. And so it's not necessarily around the brand, but around sort of the common traits around it. So
Oh.
the tribe marketing really addresses consumers through a social context. So it
Mm-hmm.
caters to people and that are sort of consumption focused, that are emotionally connected through consumption value. So again, one benefit of that could be like eco-friendly fashion. They have a
Oh.
unified social fabric that
Okay.
they share.
Yeah.
Fair trade goods is another example
Mm-hmm.
of tribe-based approach
Okay.
to that. So I think it's really interesting. And so you can start to
Mm.
think about it as sort of the microcultural of consumption, and then building your brands to serve them in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And Seth Godin, when he was talking about this, was talking about how people are drawn to leaders and their ideas, and they want to bring along people with them because they're passionate about it. So, and then what you begin to do is bring people of the like-mindedness together, and they start to build and feed on themselves.
Yeah.
And then once they multiply and become like an actual mass of people, it just starts to engage at a much faster rate. And
Wow.
he basically says this: there's two sort of things that you need to become a tribe. So if you're thinking about this from a marketing standpoint, how you want to build your tribe for your brand, your product, is they have to have a shared interest,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to have a way in which to communicate. So you have to sort of build an opportunity for them to interact.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think it was just really, really interesting.
Wow.
One of the case studies that they used for this in this article that they actually came across and read was the brand Glossier.
Okay.
And it was an example of sort of a leader-led group. And the founder, which and CEO is Emily Weiss, she formed the brand, but she connected with this whole niche of community, or this niche community of beauty consumers, through her blog. So she was
Mm-hmm.
building sort of this thought leadership on a blog, and then translated that into a brand approach. And it was inspired by like a real life skin first makeup movement,
Hmm.
that's become really, really popular over the last few years. And so she really started to make inroads into the cosmetic industry through Glossier,
Wow.
but the skin first, makeup second approach, instead of trying to really cover up skin.
Uh-huh.
And so what's interesting about that is every product she's created has been co-created and crowdsourced in collaboration with her online tribe. So she literally brings her tribe of followers
Wow.
with her along with the journey to co-create these products and crowdsourcing them.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's just been it's a really cool way. It's a different approach to sort of thinking in tribe building or community building than has been done before. So I think it's interesting.
No, I mean, it's super interesting. Of course, when you said tribe, so I immediately thought of Stu McLaren's, tribe course, which is the one we use to launch our membership program, Sewing with Cinnamon. And we've talked about that before. I mean, it was huge value in having monthly recurring membership. Of course, you can do that on Shopify with, the Bold recurring memberships app. That's the one we use. We've talked about that before. And, but yeah, that's an interesting angle. Of course, you could also go more broad and not have it just be a membership program in support of your specific product. You could build a community, of course, through Facebook group. You could build a community through sites like Kajabi. But if you're interested in figuring out how to build a membership directly tied to your Shopify store, then go back and check out that prior conversation and the details related to how to use membership app functionality to make that a reality for you. I love it, man. I think that's fantastic.
It was really, really interesting. And one of the things that if you want to go down that path for creating a tribe is you have to give them a place to come together and congregate. And why can't that be your website, your Facebook community, your Facebook groups, the things that you're building? And so Stu's course on tribe is an amazing resource to sort of give you the fundamentals of putting in the building blocks to creating that and thinking about it and actually executing on it. And so this is more just go beyond just the community of buyers, but really think about how your brand can potentially serve the a tribe of people that are coming around particular passion and social issues, because they're going to be really, really passionate, particularly millennials on that. So it's really interesting.
I love it, man. Well, if you want to join our tribe,
absolutely,
all focused on e-commerce selling, then you need to jump into our mastermind program and or coaching. And the info for both of those, opportunities is on our website. So I'm sure if you're watching this on our website, it's in the menu structure. We'd love to have you jump into the membership group, the mastermind group. And then if you're interested in coaching and having Kyle work one-on-one together with you, then you want to apply for the coaching program. It's by application only. We don't work with everybody who applies. We really, to be blunt, we don't work with brand new opportunity seekers. We only work with people who have sales velocity occurring and people who have stuff sorted out in terms of their brand and product and are on their journey towards scale. And that's sort of our wheelhouse that we like to operate in. So if you're interested in that, if that feels like a good opportunity, do the application process. We do a free consult video together. Just jump on a Zoom call like this and we talk through details. And it would really be an honor, to be honest, to chat with you about your brand, whether it makes sense to join the program or not. We're happy to do that and have a conversation with you about how you can grow, and then go from there. So
that's good.
I think that'll do it for today, man. I hope you have a great weekend. Yep.
I hope you have a good weekend too, man, and go build your tribe, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. See you, buddy.
Yeah. Bye.